The historic opening round of the Ultimate Bowls Championship, staged at Warilla on the New South Wales south coast in April, was an outstanding success.
Kel, the only thing louder here will be Jeremy if he can provide an answer, a little bit of a toucher of his own, and he looks to be hunting it.
Well, they'll go nuts in the grandstand if he gets a toucher here as well. Well, have a look at it, Jeremy Henry, brilliant!
The event being won in stunning fashion by Club Dandenong, spearheaded by world-class stars Gary Kelly, Barrie Lester and Wayne Turley.
And look, the celebrations begin. Dandenong Club are the first ever UBC event champions. And look at the boys celebrating there.
The UBC is the world's richest bowls tournament, comprising $500,000 in prize money and the world's best players. Today, we welcome you to the Deer Park Club near Melbourne for round 2 of hostilities. Our coverage proudly supported by Ryman Healthcare, Aero Bowls, Sports Centre and the Deer Park Club.
Welcome to the Deer Park Bowls Club as we get round 2 of the Ultimate Bowls Championship underway. I'm joined by Mark Casey, who is the CEO of the Ultimate Bowls Championship, and I just want to recap quickly the success of round 1. How fantastic was that response?
Absolutely incredible. We couldn't have asked for anything more at the Warilla Bowling Club. They really looked after us. It was a great host venue. And now we're here again, event 2 in Deer Park. Fantastic venue, and we can't wait to get underway.
And what was the response like from the players?
Absolutely phenomenal. They loved the event, the fast-paced. They're all over in 20 minutes, and it's something different for them, and they really enjoyed it. It was great.
Fantastic. Well, let's get the action underway. Again, it's terrific to have your company here on the Ultimate Bowls Championship.
Day 1 of UBC action produced incredible skill as the game's best players strutted their stuff on what is arguably the sport's biggest stage. Section A completed 5 rounds of competition, while Section B contested 6 rounds. In Section A, Club Dandenong continued its scintillating form by topping the score charts along with the Tweedhead Ospreys, both teams winning 4 games from 5 contested, thus closing the day out on 12 points. Rounding out the top 4 were the rapidly improving Weeper Crocs and the Port Melbourne Navigators, finishing equal on 9 points by virtue of 3 wins each. Next came ITP Queensland and the UBC wildcard team, both finishing day 1 action equal on 7 points. In Section B, the Streaky Bay Sharks went through 6 rounds undefeated, finishing in advance of the Point, Port Melbourne Borough Boys, Cabramatta Bullants and Warilla Gorillas, all of whom finished equal on 12 points with 4 wins apiece. The scene was set for an epic day 2 of bowls action at the magnificent Deer Park Club.
Welcome viewers from around the world to Deer Park Club here in Victoria for UBC event number 2. Before jumping into the day 2 action, let's have a look at day 1 highlights. I'm Chris Green. Joining me is the UBC CEO, Mark Casey. Case, here we have a look at the Weeper Crocs from far north Queensland.
Absolutely, it's fantastic to have the Crocs in our tournament. Weeper from far north Queensland, led by the sensational player in Joe Edwards. They're performing well. Can they get the couple of wins today?
Joe's been a standout player in the UBC case, and as we see on screen, some of the fantastic shots she plays.
Arguably the greatest female player in the world at the moment. She's won just about everything there is in the game, and it's fantastic. As we can see, another great shot here from Joe. It's fantastic to have her in our event.
Scoring big points as well with touches, also conversions. There we see with Scotty McLaughlin, as we see a slow-mo here. Slow-mo is definitely one of the highlights of the UBC. We're seeing the players' reactions, exactly how they react, as we see the players in the background there as well. Whittlesea Eagles up against another North Queensland side, and that the Aussie Coolroos. The Aussie Coolroos, 2 world champions in their side. Brett Wilkie on screen here, down on his backhand. Shannon McElroy willing it in. Fantastic shot there from Brett Wilkie. The Whittlesea Eagles, Matthew Flapper, Big Matty Flapper from Victoria. What a shot here, Case. Almost down for a toucher, but the shot, big 10 points. Nick McIntyre, he's the CEO at Whittlesea Eagles and setting up their heads fantastically with great lead bowls.
And here's Club Helensvale's Brett Wilkie playing for the North Queensland Roos. Another toucher for Wiz. Fantastic draw bowler. Big Matty Flapper with weight.
What a shot, Matty Flapper. Hasn't he put down some conversions? Not only getting touches, but getting first, second shot, in some occasions three. Still big high fives between the players. A little bit of difference. Wow, there we go, Matty Flapper, big weight. What a conversion case.
Well, that's his go-to shot. He's one of the fastest driver in the world. And here's Wiz trying to match him.
And unfortunately, just tight there. As you said, Wiz generally a lead. Big Matty Flapper, he nailed in on the jack there. The boys high fives after the events. That's one of the things we see throughout the UBC. Shane Fordham here for the Bowls Asia Eagles. Generally, there here we have Nugget, they call him. Sean Ingham from the Broadbeach side, the Broadbeach Bulls. He's matched up with Ryan Burnett here. Chen Lu here for the Bowls Asia Eagles on her backhand. Looking to set up their head. Shane Fordham willing it into the jack. Good little starter there. High fives. Plenty in the UBC. Ryan Burnett. A nice little action, but what a shot there. First, second, and third case. Shane Fordham on his backhand. What a sweet little delivery he's got. Can he get down for the jack? Just past it. Unfortunately now, I don't think he's going to cut down the head as we see a reaction from Shane. He knew he'd just missed it. A great opportunity. Back to Ryan Burnett, the Broadbeach Bulls, Scottish champion. Well, he's getting through there. Okay, he was just looking to cover the dot as we're going to see some weight here. Trying to convert the head. High fives, we talk about them plenty, and it's the UBC. Shane Fordham, a fantastic opportunity to create some shots there, but just misses out. As we see the slow-mo from the players. Don't go anywhere. Right after the break, we have some more fun, fast, fresh action of the UBC.
Because there's points for touchers and stuff like that, you try too hard for touchers instead of just trying to play your own game. It's all about winning the end, not so much getting the touchers.
Back here at Deer Park Club, world-class facilities, world-class players, world-class event as we see the crowd jumping in here. NCE Raptors, formerly the Southern Bells. Lisa Phillips here, down on her forehand. Tony Chavello, team owner, he's wheeling it in, down for a toucher. What a shot, a double toucher. No extra points there, Case, but it's on the highlight reel. Tony Chavello here now on his backhand, looking to set things up for Lisa. We know she can play the shots for the NCE Raptors. Lisa here, are we going to see some weight? Well, she's just down on the backhand. What can we see here from Lisa? Looks like, there, that's the shot. Very well played from Lisa Phillips. We see the replay, she's wheeling it in, almost jumping out a screen. There we have a shot for the NCE Raptors. Back to Tony. He's been leading well this event, setting things up for his super skip. Lisa Phillips. Lisa's leaning all the way to the jack there. Unfortunately, no touches, so no 3 points, but a great shot. Well, building their head here, the NCE Raptors. Handshakes all around. Fantastic performance from the Raptors so far. Wild card side. One of the great things for the UBC throughout the draft was the wild card team, Case.
Yeah, it's obviously fantastic to show our young talent. Ben Hubber here from the Glenroy Club in Melbourne and Josh Corliss from the Bundoora Bowls Club. Both outstanding young junior players in their day, but here they are on the big stage.
Just as sharp as their uniforms too. I love the design. Look at the bowls too. Blue and orange. That's what you'll see in the UBC, as well as plenty of touches right there from Benny Hubbard from the UBC wildcard team. All focus. Josh Corliss as he steps to the mat on his backhand. Just wide here. Well, he still gets a result, Case.
He might have made 2 out of that one too, young Josh. Here's Benny Hubber on his backhand. Outstanding draw player, Hubber.
Plenty of action from these boys too, Case. They really enjoy themselves out in the green, as you'll expect from a younger UBC wildcard side.
Both in their early 20s, outstanding players. And as you say, they're here to entertain the crowd, and so far today they're doing really well.
What can he finish up with here? Joshy Corliss, he's pushing it in. Look at that head of bowls. Fantastic shots. And look at the boys there. There's appreciation from Joshy Corliss and a little high five for Benny Hubber. They're absolutely loving playing in this event and they're turning it on for the crowd. Plenty of spectators here to see. Benny Hubber, he is a Victorian. Joshy Corliss, another Victorian. Plenty of people in the crowd to see them. Thumbs up. David Ferguson from the Wellington Hornets. He's joined by Gary Lawson, New Zealand world champion. He's got his cap on. Let's see what he can provide here. Always setting up the platform. As we see big weight from Ferguson. What can he get? Case, has he got it?
He's got it.
3 points and into the ditch. Big bowl there from Ferguson from the Wellington Hornets. Gary Lawson leading up this event. More commonly seen as a skip though, Case.
Yeah, it is interesting to see. He performed really well as a lead, obviously, in our first event. So they're going to that again. We may see him as a skip later on if things don't pan out.
He does attack the jack, as does Ferguson. Two very good shot players. Know how to turn over a head, as we see there. First, second and third shot supplied by Ferguson. Lawson, well, he doesn't seem to like it. What's he got? He strips away. That's okay. First, second and third. They'll get the lead change over, so that's a further 3 points. Big weight from Ferguson. Will he get down? Is he getting down far enough? Just. He gets down too far, Case. Gets his own, as we see. Look, the boys there, probably not going to be happy with that performance, but they have been performing well.
Next up, we've got the South Island Storm against the Albert Park Ultra Orbs. We've got Russell Green Jr., former Australian representative, outstanding player, Russell.
Case, Russell spent a little bit of time out of the game, but look, he's come straight back and he's in form. He's really setting things up for his skip, big Kevy Anderson from Scotland, as we have Andrew Kelly here, Roger Stevens from the Storm. Kelly on the mat here, on the forehand. What can he deliver here for his Storm teammates?
He's using a wider drawing bowl, Kelly. Can he get back?
Just not far enough. Ultra Orb still holding shot. Big Kevy Anderson doesn't waste any time on the mat. He's a crowd favourite too. He loves playing it up for the crowd. As you see, a toucher there. The Ultra Orb fans will be loving that. Stevens here on his forehand. Preferred forehand, I think, too, Casey seems to play it a lot. And a very good shot. Why would you not prefer it? Russell Green, one of the great deliveries, Case. We speak about deliveries in bowls often, but he also performs as well and provides the shot. The boys there looking for a measure. There's been plenty of measures here, Case. What a tight game it's been. Kevy Anderson, big Kevy, a big weight. What can he provide? Well, he would have got 6 points playing AFL, but no points here. Both sides will look to build on those performances throughout the day.
Fun, fast, fresh. More exciting play from the Ultimate Bowls Championship right after the break. Stay with us.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the first UBC, the different format, the game's evolving. It's great for the future of the sport. The more exposure we can get, the better to get more variety of age groups into the game and enjoying each other's company.
Amazing scenes here in Melbourne. Melbourne, the sporting mecca of Australia, some of the most fantastic stadiums in the world, as we see Deer Park, and what a world-class facility it is. Further UBC highlights between two of the top gun sides, Exodus and Moama.
As you say, Exodus, Moama, two fantastic sides, probably pre-tournament favourites, I would imagine. Jesse Nerona and the world champion Alex Marshall up against Aaron Sheriff and Nathan Rice.
Four world-class players, Case. You see Aaron Sheriff on his backhand here. What can he deliver? Sits the bowl, grabs the jack, holding first, second and third. Alex Marshall, he will need to deliver for his Moama side in this event if they're to make it through to the quarterfinals. Nathan Rice. Rice loves to attack, and he does. Bowl, jack for 3 points. The orange off the screen. Nathan Rice, what a player, what a star for Team Exodus, and not just that, an Australian star. Getting the jack again, he loves to hunt that jack, and he gets the benefits of 3 points every time he touches it. The world legend here, Alex Marshall, getting nice and close to the barriers as he draws down here, drawing to the jack. Can he get down? He's got back inside. He's going to stay up. He does, and that's drawn to the ditch as the players. High fives all around from four of the best in the game. Slow-mo's there, Jesse Nerona, Aaron Sheriff, Nathan Rice, Alex Marshall. 4 top players, Case, as we move from 4 top players to 4 fantastic players. Harley McDonald here for the whole fast heat. He is joined by Wayne Rudiger. We have Johnny McCarron from the Borough Boys. Johnny's partner, Brett Spur. The Borough Boys looking for touches early on as they've delivered. Wayne Rudiger, Australian star, playing weight, removing the bowl.
And we have Port Melbourne Borough Boys, Brett Spur, Victorian representative. Can he get another toucher? Yes, he can. 3 points for the Borough Boys.
Touches are plenty in UBC event number 2, Case. Johnny McCarron here just a little bit short as he searches for his toucher. Harley McDonald, chilly down here at Deer Park, wearing the hoodie, getting down far enough, just misses the jack but grabs the shot. Wayne Rudiger down for the whole fast heat. He is just a drawing machine.
Brett Spur, he's been outstanding so far over the first 2 days. Getting another toucher.
He'll be right up there, Case, as we see a big slow-mo here. Bigger weight this time. Just misses, goes through the gap. This pretty much sums it up as we see Wayne Rudiger throwing the cloth in the air. Hasn't been going all their way this event. What has been going well has been all of the crowd action as we see the crowds building up. They've been building up throughout the event. More highlights here, and this time we have the Tweed Head Ospreys. The team of Kurt Brown and Chloe Stewart on screen. Chloe down on her forehand here, getting through to the back. And you know what? That'll come in handy later when Kurt Brown plays attacking weight. But we see Kurt on the backhand here, just looking to draw the shot. Will he hold on for the jack? Just under, but he will hang around for the shot. Chloe Stewart, one of the form players in the female game in Australia at the moment, under her own bowl, grabbing a piece of the jack. 3 points there for the Tweed Head Ospreys. A slow-mo there of Chloe following her bowl up the green, especially knowing she's already got the toucher. Kurt Brown here, playing a little bit of weight on his forehand, trying to change things up. Will he get lucky? Just unfortunately gets a pin of his own, and outside it goes. We see there the quarter-final standings. Top 4 from each section. Dandenong, Port Melbourne, ITP and Deer Park. Section B, Streaky Bay, Warilla, The Point and Cabramatta. They'll make up the quarterfinals for UBC event number 2. Streaky Bay being fantastic as we see. But right now, after the break, we have quarterfinal number 1 between the Bullants and the Dandenong Club. Right here from the Deer Park Club in Victoria, Australia.
You're watching the Ultimate Bowls Championship from Deer Park in Melbourne. Our coverage proudly supported by Raymond Healthcare, Aero Bowls, Sports Centre and the Deer Park Club.
Deer Park Club in Victoria, home of UBC event number 2 and their own home side, the Chargers. Into quarterfinal number 1 we go. Cabramatta Bullants up against the Dandenong Club. The Dandenong Club claimed event 1 with the lineup in the finals of Gary Kelly and Barrie Lester. They're going to stick with the 2 boys they know can perform at the business end of the event. For the Cabramatta Bullants, who are going to be trying to knock off the Dandenong Club, we have Aaron Wilson and Ray Pearse, 2 fantastic bowlers looking to build on what they've done in the rounds in the final stages. Can they be the team to knock off the Dandenong Club in event 2? Case, this is going to be a blockbuster.
It sure is, Greenie. It's obviously Dandenong Club's probably a favourite going in, but I'm really keen to see what Cabramatta can provide. They've got an outstanding lineup, 2 of Australia's best players in Ray Pearse and, of course, Aaron Wilson. So far it's been the Dandenong Club with the goods so far, but as we've seen throughout the event, points can be scored really easily.
Barrie Lester, he really knows how to set a platform up. Ray Pearse here, he is probably one of the best singles players we've seen in a long, long time. So the 3-bowl format for a lead really sets that up for him. Can he bounce back here, get some points on the board for the Bullants, and really push it towards the end here?
Definitely Ray Pearse has been outstanding this event. It's fair to say that overall the Bullants will be a little bit disappointed with their event 1 performance, but they've come back hard here with a quarterfinal appearance. They really need to score points this end, I feel, for a chance to come back into this match though.
N3 is the moving end. One of the big things that Dandenong Club have done well is be front runners. They generally score big on ends 1 and 2, set up the platform for ends 3, 4 and 5. Cabramatta here, you said they would be a little bit disappointing, but they have got the chance to knock Dandenong Club out. Quarterfinals onwards, all knockout, 5 ends, fun, fast, fresh. Can we see Pearse get around this bowl? Just clips his own, still might have enough for shot, which will be vital. Currently 22 points behind, 3 points if he's holding shot for the Bullants after his lead bowls. Barrie Lester, he'll be looking to deliver. Always seems to find a way to deliver in the UBC atmosphere.
We've seen it so many times. Barrie Lester performing so well as a lead in this format. Can he do it again? He's currently 2 down the head. He's got a chance to draw a toucher if he can for 3. Kelly willing it on. It's a great shot again from Barrie Lester. That's enough for shot. The pressure's back on the Bullants and Ray Pearse.
The pressure is back on Case. It is a vital 3 points here. Ray Pearse getting it shot. Aaron Disco Wilson, he is willing it in. He's focused on it. He's down. He'll be able to tell straight away. Is it stopping? It is stopping. Finger raised in the air. He might be holding 1 shot, but he gets 3 points as we see on the screen there for the lead shot. Moves him along to 16. Fantastic slow-mo here. Big smile on the face of Aaron Wilson setting the platform there. Ray Pearse. Wilson needs to back that up. Great crowd shot there. It is a little bit chilly as we see with everyone with their jumpers, but what isn't chilly is the green. It is on heat. These players playing fantastic, representing their clubs. Plenty of pride and honour here. Gary Kelly down on his forehand. He'll be looking just to sit the bowl here. He'll know if he can just continue getting bowls in the head, it's going to go a long way to claiming victory here in quarterfinal number 1. Just on the high side there. Lucky he probably didn't clip it over, Case. With almost a 20-point lead, they'll know they just need second and third shot. They don't need to get first shot every end, but if he clipped it over there, would have made it very hard to get shot and given extra opportunities here to Wilson. Wilson looks close to clipping it over himself, as he does. Yes, the jack and the bowl did make contact there, but it won't be 3 points because it wasn't his bowl at the time. Gary Kelly still looking to play a similar shot. He wasn't far off with his last.
Fair to say he won't be far away, I don't think. He only, as you say, only just missed. But another second will be just as good for the Dandenong Club here.
Well, that's the big thing, isn't it, Case? You score the first shot, you get 10 points. You score second and third shot, you're going to get 8 points in total. So it's only 2 of a difference. When you've got 19 lead, you can be happy with that sort of stuff. It's a little bit of a sort of defensive way you can play the UBC, but you're always scoring points, so you're always attacking in a way. Aaron Wilson down on his backhand, changed from his forehand with his first delivery, just overweight, but in a covering area. Wonder if we'll see any sort of attack here, or if, as we discussed, it'll just be a defensive sort of attacking. Just get more bowls in the head, keep your scoreboard ticking over, 19-point difference, especially N3, it's generally a moving end, so if they can block it up here with not much of a difference, it'll go a long way to pushing them through to the semi-finals.
The way these two play, I feel there is a chance to be a little bit attacking here, to go for the points, and potentially, if they can get the jack back 1 foot, they can score 3, which would nearly put the game beyond doubt. And this guy is just the man for the job.
As we saw in event 1 and followed up by event 2, these two playing together, they really back each other. They've got all the confidence in the world. They are world-class players, but it's a big thing when you're playing with someone, having that confidence, knowing the ability. It's just holding out here for Gary Kelly. Big bowl coming up. here for Aaron Wilson. He really needs to add another one in the head. As you'll see there, Barrie Lester just having a quick look, as Samantha Nerona and Ray Pearse all have a look to see who's shot. The main reason their viewers is just to give everyone an idea of who's holding first, second and third. So more likely that's just for second and third shots and just for the people here watching. Aaron Wilson now really needs to add here. Big opportunity, already holding 10 points. Needs to get another one in there for the 5 points. They boys seem to like it. Have a look at this. He's down on all fours, Case. Look at it. High fives all around there. The Cabramatta Bullants boys, they're loving that. As we see a replay here of Aaron Disco Wilson on his backhand, trotting after it. A little bit of trot, trot, trot. Down on all fours. Absolutely cracking shot. 15 points there for the Bullants. Don't go anywhere. Plenty more of those shots after the break.
You're watching the Ultimate Bowls Championship from Deer Park in Melbourne. Our coverage proudly supported by Ryman Healthcare, Aero Bowls, Sports Centre and the Deer Park Club.
If you've only just joined us, welcome to the Ultimate Bowls Championship with its fun, fresh and fast format. Doesn't get any better than this, does it, Greenie?
Ebony, you are spot on, and as we saw in N3, last bowl, Aaron Disco Wilson provided the goods, and look at the score, 38-31. That's on the back of first and second shot from Cabramatta, scoring themselves 15 points. Only 7 in this match, 2 ends to go. Ray Pearse, can he deliver a platform that is going to be needed to back up against Barrie Lester, because we know what he can provide here for the Dandenong Club. Lester loves the big stage. We know he'll be trying to draw close here, but Baz loves a little bit of a toucher, a 3-point toucher. He knows how important it is, especially in the UBC quarterfinal stage. Any points, only leading by 7 now. Just this time last end, the lead was over 20. Okay, that will be the shot.
Yeah, that last bowl of Wilson, that previous end, makes a massive difference in this game. And as we know, 7 points in the UBC is nothing, but it needs to happen now. Ray Pearse needs to get the shot and preferably get a touch of this end to really get the Bullants back in the game and give Aaron Wilson a big chance to hit the lead.
Well, 7 points, Case. You speak of 7 points, there's 39 points on offer. You've got 18 points for the ultimate end. If all of your bowls are touches, that's another 6 times 3, so another 18. And then if you're holding a shot at the crossover, that's another 3. 39 points on offer for any team throughout each end of the UBC format.
Another toucher there from Barrie Lester. So here we go, Ray Pearse. He doesn't like it.
That was a big bowl too, because the margin is back out to 10, courtesy of Barrie Lester's second bowl, which was a toucher, and that will jump to 13 here unless something silly happens, but I don't see that happening from Lester. He'll be drawing as close he can. If he does grab another toucher, well then you're going to see it skyrocket out to 16 points. But current score, 41-31, a halfway point here of N4 of this 5N quarterfinal matchup. Well, Gary Kelly's pretty happy with that. It's just passed. Very similar to his first, as Baz just saying, just over and over there. So, 3 points for the lead crossover. Baz loves his little animations. Always high fives between these boys, getting along famously. And as they would, Event 1 winners going well here in Event 2, looking to push their way through to semi-final. But the Cabramatta Bullants and Aaron Wilson stand in their way. Disco knows when to deliver. Will he get down here for the jack? Is he going to get down too far? Well, he does get down too far. 3 points would have been vital then as well. Gary Kelly, a big chance here. If he can grab this jack and just turn it around the corner, that will go a long way to putting them through to the semi-final. But let's wait and see. Gary loves his forehand. Generally, he'll tell us too. We're just going to wait and see. Well, Baz is telling us. Baz is already clapping. Barrie Lester, you're going to be right here. You're willing it down. You're willing it down to the jack, and it's a toucher. 3 points there for the Dandenong Club, and what a position they're in now, Case.
Absolutely. Obviously, hitting the jack is going to make it very, very hard for Aaron Wilson to get out of this. Holding 3 shots plus a toucher. Massive bowl here. He's obviously got to get the shot this end. Playing with weight on his forehand, and he's under.
And he misses everything too, so doesn't change anything up. He'll only have one bowl remaining. And the Jack's probably going to have to move, Case, because his one bowl, yeah, he can get 10 points, but it means second and third shot to Dandenong. So it's going to be interesting to see what he plays. But first, Gary Kelly changing to his backhand. Can he draw a toucher and just push it away even further? 47-31, 16 points the margin. Gary Kelly coming through to a nice little spot. You see the blue dot screen there, which his bowl will be closest to. That is the respot mark. Aaron Wilson changing to the backhand. He needs to draw the shot here, Case. Any chance for him to stay in the match, he really needs to draw the shot, which will be 10 points. We've seen him trot after it again. We know what this generally means. Just running out of puff there. Okay, we'll wait and see what the players think, whether it is first and second. Well, Barrie Lester's got 2 fingers in the air, which means first and second shot to Dandenong Club. That'll push him with 15 points through to 62. That could be a match-winning lead there, Mark.
I think so. I think another good opportunity here for Gary Kelly. He's probably got about 14 inches to draw another shot, which will give him 18. And surely that will be enough to put them through to the semi-final.
Yes, a big chance here for Kelly from the Dandenong Club to claim an ultimate end here in quarterfinal number 1 up against the Cabramatta Bullants, who just seems may have run out of a little bit of steam here. Gary Kelly changing back to his forehand. Very versatile forehand, backhand, forehand. He won't be too worried if he does miss this because he knows he's already got first and second shot. Didn't want to change too much up there. Just shy of drawing the third shot. Let's see how good Barrie Lester's eyes are. Players are having a bit of a look. Still having a bit of a look. Okay, no. It's going to be first and second shot to Dandenong. A further 15 points, and look at that score. 62-34. I think it's a match-winning lead.
28 points. It's going to be hard to see him get back as we see a replay with the fourth end. That was the big bowl at the end, Chris. I think hiding that jack away, taking that shot away from Aaron Wilson.
You just see the reaction there from Gary Kelly too. Absolutely brilliant bowls here from the Dandenong Club.
The Dandenong Club hold a strong lead over the Cabramatta Bullants. We'll see who goes through to the semi-finals when we play the 5th and final end right after this break.
You're watching the Ultimate Bowls Championship from Deer Park in Melbourne. Our coverage proudly supported by Ryman Healthcare, Aero Bowls, Sports Centre and the Deer Park Club.
Beautiful sprawling scenes here of Melbourne, right here, Victoria, Australia. Located not far from Melbourne is Deer Park, the home of UBC event number 2. And the stage is set for Cabramatta to try and pull off one of the greatest comebacks in UBC history. Currently down 28 points, 1 end to go, plenty of points on offer, but I just don't think they can grab 28.
No, it's doubtful, but as we've said before, it can happen. We've got 2 of Australia's best players in Ray Pearse and Aaron Wilson. Going to give it the best shot, but in their way is the informed Barrie Lester and one of the world's best players in Gary Kelly. It's going to be tough.
What makes it even tougher too, Case, is the opportunity to score with every single bowl. So every time Dandenong scores, they've got 6 scoring opportunities with their 6 bowls. Every time they score, it furthers that gap for the Bullants. So we need to see touches and plenty of them here from the Bullants to see if they can push their way through to the semi-final. Otherwise, it's going to be Dandenong Club progressing once again into the pointy end of the UBC.
We just saw where Aaron Wilson was standing. He sort of asked Ray just to give it a chance to try and chase that toucher. And while he has got the shot, he falls short and potentially he might be in the way. So the advantage is definitely in the Dandenong Club's favour here with this end.
Generally, one of the things you see with the UBC is that players hunt the jack, and the skippers are trying to wheel their bowls past the jack. It gives them opportunities to score later in the end, but also gives them an opportunity to score with their bowl. If you're short of the jack, there's going to be no touches. That means no 3 points to your team. Ray Pearse once again just shy. 2 very good bowls, first and second shot. but no touches. Still 28 points, the difference here. Barrie Lester, he won't be too worried about this, because with the setup of the header the way it is at the moment, Case, the jack's almost, it's off limits. There's no real way of getting to the jack for a toucher, so they'll be happy with that Dandenong Club.
Absolutely. I wouldn't be moving any of those 3 bowls, to be honest. It sort of covers the jack, and as you say, they'd be happy to lose a 3-pointer here with the lead shot. It's going to be very hard to get another 25 with only 3 bowls each remaining.
Well, Ray's obviously going to be looking down through his own here. If he can get the gap or get a little touch and through to the jack, it's highly important here. He's very, very close, and he does. He grabs 3 points, so that's worth 6. 3 points for a toucher, 3 points for the changeover of the leads. Okay, still a little sniff here for Cabramatta, but it's going to mean touches from Aaron Wilson and first, second and third shot.
The perfect bowl here from Ray Pearse. Unfortunately, his first 2 have just made it a little bit difficult for Aaron Wilson to get another toucher, because that's exactly what they need. They need more touches here. As you see, the focus on Ray Pearse.
Gary Kelly here on his backhand. And once again, he can just look for touches as well. Try and extend that lead. A lead currently 22. 3 bowls remaining from either skip here. Okay, well, he does open it up, so now that gives an opportunity to Aaron Wilson to get a toucher, which they definitely need here if they want to try and break this margin.
Nearly has to be with this bowl too, Greenie. Is he going to get around the pack?
Okay, 22 the margin. 18 points you can get for the ultimate end, but so they're going to need 2 more touches. So Aaron Wilson needs to draw 2 touches and get first, second and third shot. A toucher from Gary Kelly, and that'll seal the match.
That's the thing. Gary Kelly's got 2 bowls, and the head is wide open now.
Just looks a bit under the line here. And will he block it up? Okay, here it is. Big bowl here. Aaron Wilson, Cabramatta Bullants, needs a toucher to keep the boys in the game. But he can't catch the jack too far because he needs to get first, second and third shot as well.
Oh, what's he going to do?
Well, he gets the 3 points for a toucher, but that is going to be very, very hard to get first, second and third shot.
I've seen him play some magic bowls before, but he's going to have to pull a rabbit out of the hat with this one.
We discussed at the start of the N2 case about the skippers willing the bowls past the jack. A prime example here, look at all the short bowls. Once the jacks move, all these bowls are out of play almost.
I think it's virtually going to be a little bit of a hit and hope. He has identified if he does come off that front blue bowl onto the third shot, and then he has to come back onto the shot bowl.
Well, he's got the big fast bowler wind up there. Let's see what he can deliver. Case, you did say bowl, but the issue with that is he will get first, second and third, but he needs a toucher. So he needs to get a little bit of the jack. Hopefully it doesn't move too far. Also get the 3 bowls. If one man can play it, Aaron can. Let's see what he's got. Big weight. Looks like he's going to be running through the pack at the front. Well, plenty of bowls have moved around, but looks like the Bullants will only get the shot there. We see the shakes of the hand between the boys there. Look, a fantastic quarterfinal to start off all of our knockout matches, as it plays 4 world-class players. Gary Kelly, Barrie Lester, the Dandenong Club. They know what it takes in these knockout matches. See replay here of a couple of the big shots. Aaron Wilson very happy with this display from Ray Pearse when he drew the shot there. Probably just not enough of it, Case.
Yeah, obviously they're always behind the 8 ball for most of the game, but you know it's good to see the boys enjoy it. They're trying their best, and you know that N4 was probably the end that they really need to win that N and to get back in the game. But to Dandenong Club's credit, the boys of Barrie Lester and Gary Kelly were just a little bit too good tonight.
That was a cracking shot there from Aaron Wilson. Look, I think one of the big things here for Cabramatta is they've improved from Event 1. So moving forward, they've still got Event 3 later in the year at Moama in December, and that's something they've got to build on as a team. Gary Kelly in fine form once again. look at this, a toucher. That was one of the shots of the match. It really almost finished the match there and pushed them through to the semi-final. Got the 3 points for a toucher, and the area he put it in, with Aaron Wilson only having 2 bowls, as you saw the reaction of the big man from Northern Ireland. He loves playing in this format. He just loves the crowd. He loves the big bowls. He loves the touches. He loves the scoring opportunities. Ray Pearse, well, he was just a touch off. A fantastic toucher there in a vital stage in the last end. But look, it was just a little bit too late. We're lucky enough to have Georgia White with the winners of quarterfinal number 1 rinkside.
Thanks, guys. I am here on the rink with the winning side and the previous winners from the last event of the UBC, Dandenong Club. I've got Barrie Lester and Gary Kelly with me. Well, what a match that was. What about that last end?
Yeah, obviously it was an exciting game, playing 2 awesome players. Last end, we were going in, dominating the game, just had to make sure nothing stupid. Snelly put a lot of great balls in around the head for me. DJ had a chance, or Disco had a chance with his last, but thankfully didn't pull it off.
Brilliant. And what about touch account? How you going so far?
I'm not quite sure. Turles has probably got more than me. He's played awesome the last 2 days, and yeah, just happy to play my part and try and set up for Gaz, and yeah, he can do the rest. But it was a really good game, and they're great players to play against, and you can see why they got far in the event.
Awesome. Is this a combo we'll see going through the finals then?
Speak to the coach, Rob Wilson.
If you'll have me, I'll stay on.
Brilliant, guys. Well done and good luck in your next match. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Georgia. 2 fantastically happy players there from the Dandenong Club as they booked their spot in the semi-finals. The other quarterfinals, ITP Queensland and Warilla, Port Melbourne Navigators, The Point, Deer Park, the home side up against the streaky Bay Sharks. Next week, though, ITP Queensland been in fantastic form in this late half of the event, up against the Warilla Gorillas. That is quarterfinal number 2. Quarterfinal number 3 will see the Port Melbourne Navigators, one of the Victorian sides, up against the Point from New South Wales. 2 fantastic quarterfinals to look forward to next week as we see some of the fantastic replays here in the slow-mo. The players' reactions, fingers in the airs. We got the fist pumps. All the players in fine form throughout the highlights of a UBC event number 2, this quarterfinal number 1. A fantastic display from 4 informed players. Big weight from Aaron Disco Wilson. Hands raised from Barrie Snelly Lester. He loves the UBC. Well, a little bit unfortunate with that one. Loves polishing the bowls, but that was one of the highlights there for the Cabramatta Bullants. Disco drawing second shot on the vital 3rd end of the match. High fives all around from the Dandenong Club. Don't forget to tune in again next week for plenty more UBC action.